What is going on, guys? Welcome to Gregolus TV. In this video, I'm going to go through the best tips and tricks for the Galaxy Z Fold 5. So the first one is, if you see this, you have this feed from Google. If you want to turn that off, just press and hold on a blank spot on the home screen, swipe over, turn it off right there, and it is gone. And if you want to add it back, same thing, just do that, turn it on, and you're good to go. Next one is pressing and holding and going into wallpaper and style. This is where you can change your wallpaper. They have a bunch of wallpapers to choose from graphical to colors to wallpaper services for their different feeds that they have. And you can also click on get more wallpapers, and this brings you into their feed where you can get their store actually that has tons of wallpapers that you can choose from. It's really a great little thing to have if you want to be able to have access to tons of wallpapers. You can also click on themes and download themes, and they have free and paid ones that you can come in here and get. And it's very, very cool. It's very, very helpful as well for being able to decorate your phone in many different ways. You have icons, always on displays. If you want to see free ones, you can do it two ways. You can click on top at the top, and then where it says all, and then choose free, and you can go through the different categories through here to choose different ones. You can also just type, like the word free, and that should bring up a bunch of free ones as well. It'll bring up paid ones, but it can also bring up free ones as well. So you can choose that way if you're looking for that kind of stuff. Going back to the home screen, if you press and hold, and we go back into wallpaper and style, you can choose this color palette, and based off what your wallpaper looks like, you can choose between different looks, and it'll change the colors and things of your phone. It's pretty cool to be able to do this really easily. Hit apply when you're done at the bottom, and you can also apply that palette to your app icons so that your icons on this screen would kind of match. It won't do it for all of them, but it won't do it to the ones that it actually has, so it can be very easy to decorate your phone that way as well. Settings is the bottom one. And cover screen mirroring. If you want your cover screen to mirror the way that your layout looks on your main screen, you can turn that on or off. I have it off, but you can turn it on. I like kind of decorating the home screen the way I see fit, but you can again just tap on, hit apply, and it will decorate that. Or if you want to turn it off, press and hold, settings, cover screen mirroring, turn it off, hit apply. While we're under settings, if you're coming from an Apple and you want to just have home screens, you can tap right there and you won't have to swipe up to see the rest of your apps. Otherwise, I like seeing the home and app screens. If you want to make your home screen or your app screen or your folder grids bigger or smaller, you can tap right here and do that really, really simply and easily. Another one I love is this one, which is add new apps to home screen. Turn that on anytime you add a new app. It'll add it to your home screen. If you don't like that, just click the off button right next to it. Also, swipe down for notification panel, turn that on. What that means is you can swipe down from anywhere, I should say, and it will bring up your quick panel. So very cool. Swiping down from the top twice, you can search for anything on your phone, have it be a contact or an app or anything like that. You can also swipe down from here and turn your phone on or off or bring up your emergency calling. You can swipe down, hit your gear and go into settings, tap this three dots right here, and you can edit your buttons. So if you hit edit buttons, you can come in here and you see you have available buttons here that I can choose from. So if I want to bring down like Dolby Atmos, I can press and hold it and bring it down, and I have now Dolby Atmos. And you can do that for stuff down here as well. So if you want like something not in here, you want to remove it, you can. So maybe I don't want my link to Windows to be there. I'll just drag it up and it's gone. When I'm done, hit done, and now I have my new quick toggles. Swiping down again, hit the three dots, and when you click the three dots and go to quick panel layout, your brightness control show when quick panel is expanded. You can have it show always or just when it's expanded out. I'm going to put show always. Device control and media buttons, you can have show always or show when quick panel is expanded, or don't show those at all. Next up, let's go into your camera and go to video, and you'll see right here you can change the resolution, choose at least UHD 30 or you could do 60, but you'll be able to choose the resolution of your video, and you can switch to the back camera and do the same thing. So choose, this is this camera, so this one's only going to go up to HD, but if you go into the front camera, this can do up to 4K video. So you can see I already have it set to 4K, and you can choose different resolutions for that as well. While we're in here, tap the gear. And a couple things, location tags, I like having those on. That'll tell you where you took a photo. Shooting methods, voice commands, turn that on. It makes taking photos so much easier. So does show palm. So when you have the camera or the video open, you can say like capture or cheese or shoot, and it will capture that video or photo. Shutter sound, I like to turn that off. Going back to the main screen of camera, if you go into more, you can drag some of these settings down. If you want portrait video, just click and drag it, and you can pull it where you want, and now you have it, and hit save, and now you have it in your list of video settings. One of the cool things about having a folding device is you can use the cameras on the back and still see what you're doing. So if you have your camera open, you have it on video or photo on the back, tap this button in the top right, and you can see cover screen preview is on, and you're able to take a video or photo with the back. Swipe up from the bottom, and we're going to look for the Galaxy Store. So open up the Galaxy Store. Main screen, you'll probably be on games or apps, but at the bottom right, if you tap menu, you're going to see that you have updates. You might even have a bunch of updates, and these might not automatically happen. So come in here and check your updates, and it's going to be a lot of the Samsung type apps that you have exclusive for Samsung. So come in there and download and update your apps. Swipe down from the top, go into the gear at the top, and this is settings, go into connections, and then go into Wi-Fi, tap it on the left, and then hit the three dots in the top right, go into advanced settings. Network notification, turn that off. Anytime you see an open Wi-Fi network, it will not alert you. It's much easier that way to not see it, so I would recommend turning that off. Next, go into sounds and vibration. This is where you can turn your volume or ringer off or any of that stuff on here. You can change your ringtones, choose from different ringtones that you have. Same thing with system sounds. You can turn off interactions and sounds that you get from, if you're going to charge, or the Samsung keyboard or dialing keypad or screen. You can turn all those sounds off. You have volume sounds if you want to change different volumes for ringtones or media or notifications or system. Sound quality and effects come in here. And Dolby Atmos, turn that on. You'll get much better sound. You have an equalizer if you want to mess with the sound, or if you like to, or custom if you want. Adapt sound, this is a cool one. So if you're between these certain ages, you can choose to adapt the media and calls for your ears, and you can even test your hearing. Tap on notifications next. You'll see you have your notification pop-up style. If you want it brief or detailed, when it pops up, it'll look a certain way. So I actually like detailed. It's usually what I choose. And what that just means is it'll pop up a bigger notification on your screen when you get one. While you're under notifications, tap on advanced settings. You can show your most recent notifications. You can show all of them or just the most recent 3. Show battery percentage. I like turning that on, so it shows my battery percentage in the top right, but you can also turn it off. You have your notification history, which shows all the notifications that you've gotten recently for your phone. You have wireless emergency alerts at the bottom. Tap that. You can turn those all off if you want, or turn them all on, or turn some on, some off. It's up to you. Next, go into display. You can turn on light mode or dark mode. You even have dark mode settings. So if you want this to turn on sunrise to sunset or set a certain schedule, you can. And then we also have adaptive brightness. This will adapt the display brightness to how it is. I usually have that on, but since I'm doing a video, I keep it off, but you can have it on if you want. Motion smoothness should already be set to adaptive, and make sure it is. Screen mode, set it to vivid. If you want to make things bigger on your screen, come in here, you can do that. You can make things really big or really small or however you want, so you can see more or less on the display. Same thing with screen layout and zoom. I have it set to standard view, but you can do a multi-view. When you do multi-view, it makes things smaller on the screen, but you can see more. So it's all how you want it to be, but again, I like the standard view to see everything. Full screen apps. If you're having an issue where an app isn't showing up in full screen, come in here and you can set it to full screen or set it to 16:9 or 4:3. All you do is just tap on the app and you choose the aspect ratio for it. Screen timeout, set that to 2 minutes. That's the best time, trust me. The easy mode is really for someone that's older. It'll just dumb down the screen, the home screens and stuff like that. It might be easier for you to look at it that way. Edge panels, these are edge panels right here. When you tap on that, you can have it go to a certain location. You can have it show on or just the main screen or the cover screen. You can change the color. You can lock the handle position so it doesn't move. You can move it from left to right. And it's this little white bar right here. And you can move it already if you want. Like if I get out of this and I just press, I can move it. I can drag it over there too. If you want, you don't have to use those built-in controls. But all you do is just swipe over and you can click any of these apps real quickly. You also have this taskbar. You see it right there, but you can turn it off. If you don't like seeing it, you don't have to have that on. I like having it on there. It just makes it quick and easy to tap at different apps that you might have had open recently. Navigation bar, if you tap on that, you can, I have the gestures on, but you can go back to the traditional buttons if you'd like. You can even switch the buttons. You see I have them here, but maybe you want the left button on the back button on the left. And you can also change it from left to right. So it's up to you. It's a lot of customizations built into this, which makes it a pretty nice setup. Accidental touch protection is a good one. Turn that on. Touch sensitivity, if you have a screen protector on, turn this on. This is a good one to continue apps on the cover screen. So if you want to, if you close, like if you're looking at it in the big app and you want it to continue on the small screen when you close it, you can come in here and choose whichever app that may be. So kind of makes it helpful. Again, so if I had, like, for instance, my Audible app open and I closed the screen, it would still be opened on the main screen when I look at that smaller screen. Next up is lock screen and screen type. And you have a few things in here, such as smart lock. Always on display. I have it set to tap to show, but if I wanted to, I can have it be set to show always, or show as scheduled, or show for notifications. I can have it show music information if I'm playing anything like that. And that's just basically, I'll just lock my screen real quick. It's going to show there it is. That is my always on display. So pretty cool to come in here and do that. And you can also choose different clock styles and colors, set an auto brightness to it if you want, or just have it always be bright. Security and privacy next. You can go to biometrics and add your face recognition. So we'll do that real quick. I have it, let me unlock it. All right, it's unlocked. I'm gonna hit continue. I'm gonna register my face real quick. It's gonna look at my face. There we go. So now my face is registered to unlock the phone. And while this is here, I can do face unlock, stay on lock screen until swipe. So I'm going to turn that off so that it'll just automatically go into my screen. Require open eyes. I'm going to turn that off. But you can keep it on if you want to be a little bit more secure. Going back in here, I'm going to go into fingerprint. This is where you can add your fingerprint. When you add your fingerprint, you can do this. Fingerprint to unlock, fingerprint always on. Turn this on. This is going to make your life cover in main screen. Choose cover in main screen. So anytime you press, it'll just always unlock it no matter what. No matter what screen you're on. You don't have to unlock the screen to have it work. This is a lifesaver. Next, go into advanced features, labs, multi-window for all apps. Turn that on. It'll allow you to do some apps that aren't multi-window, which I'll show you how to do in a moment. Will now do multi-window, so it's a big, big lifesaver overall for that. Under advanced features, choose side button, quick launch camera, and power off menu. Don't use Bixby. That's your power button. So when you press and hold it now, it'll bring up your power screen instead of opening it up and try to open up their Bixby, which is their smart assistant. Also, if you double press it, it'll go into your camera, and that will work from any screen. So it's very helpful. Multi-window, tap on that, and you can swipe for multi-view. It shows you, so you can use like 2 fingers from the side or the bottom of the screen, and it will go into multi-screen views. That could be quite helpful for you. So if I can just swipe up with 2 fingers and it automatically goes into multi-screen, or do it from the side. So it's going to be, again, pretty nice to be able to do that. You can swipe up for pop-up view. I'm not a huge fan of this, but I'll just show you how it works. If you have it on, you can see you swipe down right there, and it'll, whatever app you have open, it'll make it smaller. I tend to see that causes more accidents with me and just happening. Show multi-window menu with one window. Tap the handle to show the menu not supported on the cover screen. So if you want to have that on or off. Full screen and split screen view. Basically, you can see hides the status and navigation bar, so you can see more of the apps if you turn that on. And I'll show you what I mean. So if we swipe up, so you can see I have two windows open now, and it got rid of all the menu and all that stuff so I can see more. Under advanced features again, go to motions and gestures. Lift to wake, it'll turn on your display when you lift it and wake it up, and just to wake it up. Double tap on the screen to turn it on and off. You just double tap it when you're on the home screen. Palm touch to turn off the screen. You can see cover the screen with your palm to turn it off. This won't work unless the keyboard is disabled. I keep that stuff off. Keep the screen on while viewing. That's a nice one. It'll keep track of your eyes. Alert when the phone is picked up. Your phone will vibrate when you pick it up after missing a call. That's a cool one to have. Mute with gestures. Palm swipe to capture. So they have nice little gestures there. While you're on settings on the main screen, you'll see software update. This is where you can download and install updates. Just come in here and check for an update, and if you have one, it will install. I'm going to show you how to multitask and bring up apps. So I have the gestures on, so I'm just going to swipe up and hold, and it'll bring up my most recent apps. Swipe up to go home. While I'm here, I can press and hold on a button, and it will automatically go into a app, and then I can tap here, and now I got two apps, and I can flip these if I want to, if you're hitting those three buttons in the middle. There you go. Can do it again, and I can swap them, or I can press this star and it favorites them. When it favorites them, it puts them on right here. And when you have this bar open, you can actually bring in more apps. I can swipe and hold, put it here, 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 or down here. So you can do a lot, and I can keep doing that. I can bring in another window open as well. I'll bring this time the Daily Mail and just have it sit, because you can have three windows running, and then one that's just floating. So tons of multitasking to be had on here. So there you guys go. Those are my most important tips and tricks for the Galaxy Z Fold 5. If you want to pick this one up, it's linked down below. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. We'll see you down the road. Peace.